OnSong features a powerful add-in called Scenes. Scenes lets you control stage lighting right on stage simply by switching songs. Right now, Scenes works with smart bulbs from Philips Hue and Lifix. In OnSong 1.997, we've added the ability to control professional DMX stage lighting with Scenes. Let's start with the basics. DMX, or digital multiplex, is a standard interconnecting protocol used in stage and theatrical lighting. It's a digital signal that runs over a familiar-looking XLR-type cable. While the connectors might look similar to a mic cable, it's a bit different. You use DMX cables to connect multiple fixtures together. DMX works in a daisy chain, so you can start at one point and place your lights on a long chain. Of course, there are some technical things you need to know when connecting DMX lighting, like limitations in cable length and how many fixtures you can have on a single run. You also have to be sure to use terminators. In general, it's a pretty straightforward concept to understand. That brings us to the number 512. This means that DMX can control 512 individual channels of dimmers. Now imagine controlling 512 separate lights. Who would need that, right? But once you move to color lighting, called RGB, for red, green, blue, you use 3 channels for each light. Now more advanced fixtures might use even more channels for controlling things like a pure white light, amber, or UV for blacklight effects, and other traits like strobe or pan and tilt for moving heads. In addition, single fixtures can have multiple lights with separate control of each. You can see how dozens of channels per fixture can be used depending on your lighting needs. So what are universes? While 512 channels seems like more control than you'll ever need, complex light shows with pixel map walls can quickly chew up channels. Universes can be used to control even more lights. Each DMX universe is 512 channels, so if you need more control, you add more universes. OnSong supports up to 32 universes. 99% of the time, you'll need just one. But how do you connect a DMX cable to an iPad or an iPhone? There's no room for an XLR style connector. Since you only have one port on your device, the easiest solution is to go wireless. Now really, if you're planning to use OnSong for lighting control, you're going to want to use your own wireless network. This prevents issues when traveling to different gigs and ensures that the network is always running and secure. For this, we recommend an Apple Airport Express. Not only can you use this to stream audio to your soundboard, but it's easy to configure with the Airport Utility app. Just be sure to secure it with a password. But we still can't connect the DMX cable into our Airport Express. For that, we turn to the ArtNet protocol. People who make DMX equipment recognize that the best way to make things expandable was to allow DMX information to travel over standard networking hardware, and that includes Wi-Fi. But for this, you need an adapter. We recommend products like these from DMXKing.com. These products support 1, 2, 4, or even 8 universes. The single universe interface is most likely all you need and costs about $150 US. This is very cost effective compared to other DMX lighting controllers. Once you have your airport wireless network up and running, connect the ArtNet interface to your router with a network cable like this. Power the adapter using the included power cord and follow the manufacturer instructions to get things running on the network. And then make sure your iPad or iPhone is connected to that network. If you don't already have the Scenes add-on, you'll want to get that now. To do that, open the Utilities menu by tapping on the gear icon and then choose Editors and then Scenes to enable it. Now we can tap on an existing scene or create a new one. Let's tap on the plus button to create a new scene. Give it a name, and then scroll down to change the color of our lights. Oh, we might need to add some lights first. Tap on Edit Lights. This displays the technologies that OnSong can use to communicate with lighting platforms. We call them bridges. At the top, we have the ArtNet interface bridge. Tap on it to enable ArtNet. The on-off switch will appear that allows us to turn off the interface if we want. You'll notice we didn't have to pair it since it assumes that the interface is on the connected network. Now tap on the row again to configure fixtures on that interface. Unlike smart bulb platforms, DMX lighting has been around since the late 80s. This means that there are thousands and thousands of lighting fixtures with various capabilities available. It also means there's no automatic discovery of these fixtures, so we need to set them up manually. This takes a little bit of configuration, but also gives you a lot of flexibility in how you set the stage. First, you'll need to use a lighting fixture that has the ability to be controlled by DMX. Here we have a 4-bar flex as a demonstration. Most DMX fixtures come pre-configured in an automatic program mode, so be sure to consult the user manual for how to configure the fixture to use DMX and to choose a specific DMX personality. Many fixtures have the ability to be configured in a variety of channel configurations. For instance, we could set up this fixture to use 3 channels, which would limit us to setting one color for all lights. This fixture also supports a 15-channel mode, which lets you change the color of each of the 4 lights, including some additional DMX traits, which we'll get to later. These channel modes are sometimes called personalities. Use the buttons and LCD display on your fixture to set the appropriate personality. We're going to set this to 15 channel so we can set a different color for each of the 4 lights. We also want to start this fixture at 0, meaning on the first channel of the DMX chain. Now let's jump back into OnSong and tap on the ArtNet interface row in the Connect to Light screen. You can see we don't have any fixtures. Tap on the Add Fixture row to get a list of pre-built fixtures. We locate the 4-bar flex on the list and see that it supports 2 personalities, 3 and 15 channels. Tap on it and then choose 15 channel to match how we set up the fixture. OnSong adds this fixture to our DMX configuration. We then tap on the back button twice to see the 4 lights have been added in our scene editor. Now tap on light 1 to set a sequence to the lights. Sequences can be used to change colors over time. Let's make a new one. Give it a name like red and then add a step. Steps are used to make more complex light animations. For more information about sequences, watch the scenes tutorial. Suffice it to say, we set our color to red. Let's repeat this again and add white, blue, and green. Go back and choose red for light 1, white for light 2, blue for light 3, and green for light 4. Now let's see this by tapping on the Start Preview button at the bottom, and you'll see our lights change color just the way we want. Now if you've done DMX lighting in the past, this might seem way too easy. That's because OnSong automatically placed the fixture in the first universe and also determined where to place it on the DMX chain starting on channel 1. In this case, OnSong placed the fixture starting on the first channel of the first universe. To get an idea of what we've done, let's tap Edit Lights again, and then tap on the ArtNet interface row. Tap on the Edit button in the menu bar, and then tap on the fixture to see how things are configured and to make changes. Here you can change the manufacturer, the fixture name, and even change the personality of the fixture. In the placement section, we could put the fixture in a different universe or start it on a different channel depending on how our fixtures are physically configured. In the lights section, you can see that this fixture has 4 lights configured. OnSong configures 3 DMX channels with RGB to be a light. In this case, we have 4 of them. You can see that the first light is offset by 3, so it starts on the 4th DMX channel. The second light is offset by 6 and starts on the 7th channel, etc. Let's take a look at this diagram to visualize this. Here we see the fixture takes up 15 channels, with 12 of those used by our RGB lights. The offsets are relative to the base channel of the fixture. These offsets remain the same even if we change the placement of the fixture on the DMX chain. In this illustration, we've moved the fixture to channel 16, so all of the lights move too. It might be handy to change the name of these lights to something more meaningful. You can do that by tapping on the light. Here we can change the name, or change the offset relative to the base channel of the fixture. Don't change that unless you know what you're doing. Now this fixture adds 3 additional channels of control which we call traits. Traits are controls that are not RGB. In this case, we see we can control the operating mode, dimmer, and strobe. Let's tap on the first one. Here we can change the name of the trait, its offset, but more importantly, we can change its initial value. In this case, we want to send the value of 0 to the fixture to make sure that it's set for the RGB mixing mode. If not, it could be in an auto program instead and not be able to change based on your scene. Now the nice thing is that the 4-bar flex was already in the list of ready to use fixtures. But what if you have a fixture that isn't on the list? Well, it's really easy to add them. To do this, we go back to the Connect to Light screen and tap on the ArtNet interface row. Tap on Add Fixture. Instead of picking a preset fixture, tap on the plus button in the upper right corner. You can look up user manuals for DMX fixtures online to locate information on how channels are configured for each personality. Let's say we want to add the Dots Bar 1.4 from American DJ. Tap on Downloads, choose User Manual, and once downloaded, open the user manual and scroll until you find grids of DMX channels. Here we have a number of different channel modes. We need to add each of these modes or personalities separately. Let's add the most complicated one so we can see how to handle something complex. Here we type ADJ for the manufacturer and Dots Bar 1.4 as the name. In the channel section, let's step forward to 17 channels. The personality field is only really used to differentiate different personalities that use the same number of channels, so we'll skip that. In the lights section, we need to add our 4 lights. Since the lights start on the base channel of the fixture, this is super easy. Tap on Add Light and then tap Done. Repeat. There, we've just added our lights. Next, we need to add the remaining traits. Tap on the Add Traits section. Here we're going to add color and programs. You'll see in the user manual that there are ranges of values that are set to different modes. We can add these in the Options section. Tap on Add Option. Here we type in the first option, no function. Then use the range slider to choose between 0 and 15 and tap Done. Now it seems this is going to take forever, but tap on Add Option again. Now type red. You'll see that the range slider is automatically set to the next value with the last range. Let's adjust that to 16 to 23 and then tap Done. Now repeat. Ranges for these values are typically the same size, so now we can just keep adding Add Option, type the name, and press Return on the keyboard. Now just like a cooking show, we'll pull the finished product out of the oven and tap Done. This adds the fixture to our list with a single personality. Tap on it and choose the personality, and now we've added another fixture. So why did we add all those extra traits instead of just using lights? Because OnSong can also set trait values using sequences. To do this, go into the scene editor. To access traits, you're going to need to choose the DMX fixture in the Groups section. Let's create a sequence and add a step. Below the color, duration, and transition sliders, you'll find a slider for each trait. Tap on the power icon on the right to enable the trait to be set, and then choose a value or range of sliders to set. I hope that gives you a good idea of how you can use the new DMX fixtures of OnSong to control professional stage lighting. If you have any questions, be sure to contact us at support@onsongapp.com. Thanks for watching.